Have you ever considered that merely grabbing a handful of the wrong type of nut could quietly raise your blood pressure, impair your memory, and accelerate aging without you feeling a thing? Most older adults are completely unaware that the snacks they depend on, items they have enjoyed for decades, may actually be working against their health right now. The frightening reality is that many seniors choose these specific nuts believing they are making a healthy choice, while they may actually be fueling inflammation, straining their heart, and disrupting blood sugar in ways doctors warn become dangerous after 60. However, there is another side to this story, representing the encouraging news that far too many people never get the chance to hear. While certain nuts have the potential to harm your brain, joints, and circulation, others are so packed with protective nutrients that researchers believe they could help lower the risk of cognitive decline, ease arthritis pain, and keep your heart beating strong for years to come. Therefore, today we plan to uncover the truth about the most harmful nuts seniors need to avoid and the specific nuts you should eat every day to protect your mind, heart, and independence. The insights you discover in the next few minutes could completely change how you snack and the trajectory of how you age. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend hitting that button and turning on the notification bell so you never miss another health tip designed specifically for you. If you enjoy this video, please type the number 1 in the comments. Otherwise, type 0 to let me know how I can create better content for you. Part 1 covers 4 specific types of nuts that older adults should avoid, beginning with the absolute worst offender, which is salted cashews. Salted cashews might look harmless, with their smooth texture, golden color, and light roasting, stacked neatly in the aisles of every grocery store in America. Many seniors reach for them thinking they are picking a healthy snack, but hidden behind that familiar comfort is a risk that quietly threatens the well-being of the elderly. The problem stems from how most commercial cashews are processed, as they are often roasted at extremely high temperatures, which breaks down their natural oils into oxidized fats. These damaged fats enter your bloodstream and fuel chronic inflammation, acting as a primary driver for arthritis pain, stiff joints, high blood pressure, and heart disease in people over 60. The danger does not end there, because salted cashews are typically coated in a massive amount of sodium. For older adults, especially those managing high blood pressure, heart issues, or kidney concerns, excess sodium acts like pouring gasoline on a smoldering fire. Doctors frequently warn that high sodium intake stiffens blood vessels, increases fluid retention, and causes sudden spikes in blood pressure that can lead to dizziness, headaches, or in severe cases, a stroke. Many seniors fail to realize that just a single handful of salted cashews can contain more sodium than an entire dinner meal. Consider the story of Mr. Harold, a 72-year-old retiree from Arizona, who snacked on a small bowl of salted cashews every afternoon, thinking it was a better choice than cookies or chips. Within a few months, he started suffering from swollen ankles, rising blood pressure, and worsening joint pain. His cardiologist later explained that the combination of oxidized fats and sodium from his daily cashews had been silently damaging his heart and circulation. Cashews also contain oxalates, compounds that can contribute to the formation of kidney stones, an incredibly painful condition that becomes more common as we get older. For seniors with reduced kidney function, this risk is even more significant, and this is just the beginning. If salted cashews can cause this much damage, the next nut on our list carries risks that are even more deceptive and far more dangerous than most people understand. If you are still watching and finding this information helpful, please comment with the number 1 below to let me know you are with me. Now, let's move to point number 2. The second worst nut, which includes sugar-coated or chocolate-covered macadamia nuts. Macadamia nuts are often seen as a luxurious treat, smooth and buttery, perfect for holidays or quiet evenings at home. But for seniors, the moment these nuts are covered in sugar, caramel, or milk chocolate, they transform from a harmless indulgence into a dangerous trap that can silently undermine your health. Many older adults are unaware that processed macadamias sold in American stores are soaked in syrups, artificial flavors, and refined oils. Doctors warn that this mix creates a perfect storm of rapid blood sugar spikes, increased inflammation, and a heavy dose of saturated fat that puts immense stress on an aging heart. For people over 60 whose metabolism is slowing down and whose cells are becoming more sensitive to insulin changes, even a small serving can send blood sugar soaring, leaving you tired, foggy, and craving more. High sugar intake also accelerates cognitive decline, a symptom too many families mistake for the normal aging process. These coated macadamia nuts are often roasted in industrial seed oils, which break down into inflammatory compounds linked to stiff joints, worsening arthritis, and plaque buildup in the arteries. Cardiologists across the country frequently warn that these oils are far more harmful to seniors than most realize. Combined with added sugar, they create the same biological profile seen in patients suffering from early heart disease. Look at Mrs. Eleanor, a 68-year-old grandmother from Ohio who loved the chocolate-covered macadamias her daughter brought back from Hawaii every year. She believed they were healthier than cookies or fudge. Yet after months of enjoying just a handful every night, her A1C levels climbed sharply. She began feeling heart palpitations at night and unusual fatigue, leading her endocrinologist to tell her that the hidden sugars and oils in her macadamia treats were quietly pushing her toward type 2 diabetes. The danger is subtle, but the damage is real. And the next nut on this list carries an even bigger threat, one that most seniors have never been warned about. The third worst nut is the Brazil nut when it is consumed regularly. Brazil nuts often seem innocent, large and smooth, and praised for being nutrient-dense, leading many seniors to pick them thinking they are choosing a natural energy source. However, what most older adults don't realize is that Brazil nuts contain one of the highest concentrations of selenium found in any food, a mineral that is essential in tiny amounts but dangerously toxic when eaten in excess. Doctors at major U.S. medical centers repeatedly warn that seniors are more vulnerable to selenium overload because aging kidneys filter minerals more slowly, allowing toxic levels to build up quietly over time. Just one Brazil nut can provide your full daily requirement of selenium, meaning that with 2 or 3 nuts, you have already exceeded what most physicians consider safe. When selenium levels get too high, the symptoms can be frighteningly subtle at first, showing up as unexplained tiredness, brittle hair, irritability, and digestive trouble before progressing to nerve damage, hair loss, and thyroid issues. These problems are often blamed on aging, leaving seniors unaware that the real cause might be sitting right inside their snack bowl. Take the example of Mr. Lawrence, a 74-year-old retired engineer from Michigan who wanted to boost his energy and started eating a small handful of mixed nuts every morning, not realizing Brazil nuts were mixed in. Within months, he developed trembling hands, thinning hair, and strange spells of dizziness, fearing the worst until his doctor found dangerously high selenium levels traced back to the nuts he thought were helping him. This kind of slow, silent toxicity makes Brazil nuts especially risky for seniors who are just trying to support their health, but may end up harming themselves without clear warning signs. While Brazil nuts carry hidden risks, the next nut on our list is even more deceptive because it is the one most Americans over 60 eat every single week without knowing the real danger. If you are still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you are here. And now, let us continue with point number 4. The fourth worst nut category covers industrially processed peanuts and peanut butter, as peanuts are deeply woven into American life as baseball game snacks, lunch staples, and pantry classics. Many seniors grew up with them and still rely on a jar of peanut butter for a quick, familiar bite. But beneath that comfort lies a danger far more serious than most older adults realize. Processed peanuts sold across the U.S. can be among the most contaminated nuts because they are sometimes stored in warm, humid warehouses where a toxic mold called Aspergillus can thrive. This mold produces aflatoxin, a carcinogenic compound so harmful that liver specialists compare long-term exposure to a major health hazard. Seniors, whose liver function often declines with age, are especially vulnerable, as even small amounts consumed regularly can worsen inflammation, impair detoxification, and increase the risk of liver disease. However, the threat doesn't end with aflatoxin, as most commercial peanut products are roasted in cheap, highly processed seed oils that break down into inflammatory byproducts. Cardiologists warn that these oils raise LDL cholesterol and promote plaque buildup inside arteries, creating silent changes that can lead to chest tightness, shortness of breath, or even sudden heart events. Peanut butter, the version many older adults trust, is often blended with added sugars, hydrogenated oils, and excessive salt. This combination destabilizes blood sugar, worsens belly fat, and accelerates cognitive decline, issues many seniors incorrectly attribute to simply getting older. Consider the case of Mrs. Helen, a 70-year-old widow from North Carolina, who ate 2 tablespoons of her favorite creamy peanut butter every night with crackers, believing it was a light, protein-rich snack. Over time, she began feeling unusually tired, developed mild jaundice, and noticed her memory slipping, leading her doctor to later reveal elevated liver markers and inflammation tied directly to the processed ingredients. It was a hidden danger she never saw coming, which is why processed peanuts and peanut butter pose the greatest risk of all. They feel safe, they taste familiar, and they are eaten often. But while these nuts quietly undermine your health, there are other nuts that can strengthen your heart, protect your memory, and help you age with energy and clarity. Those are the 4 powerful nuts we will uncover next, starting with one that deserves a place on your table every single week. Part 2 covers 4 types of nuts you should eat regularly after age 60, starting with the first best nut, which is the walnut. Walnuts might not have the glossy shine of almonds or the festive appeal of pecans, but for seniors, they are one of the most powerful gifts nature offers. Their wrinkled shape resembles the human brain, and it is almost poetic that this unassuming nut contains nutrients proven to protect memory, sharpen focus, and support emotional well-being, areas many older adults quietly worry about. Doctors from leading memory clinics often emphasize that walnuts are one of the richest plant sources of ALA omega-3s, a fatty acid that reduces inflammation inside the brain and supports healthier connections between nerve cells. As we age, chronic inflammation becomes a silent thief, stealing clarity, slowing recall, and making everyday tasks feel harder. Yet, walnuts help counter that process by nourishing the brain in ways few other foods can. Their benefits reach far beyond cognition because walnuts are loaded with polyphenols, powerful antioxidants that cardiologists say help relax blood vessels, improve circulation, and reduce the kind of arterial stiffness commonly seen in people over 60. These compounds help lower the risk of heart disease, the leading cause of death among seniors, and they do so gently, steadily, and naturally. For those struggling with joint discomfort, walnuts offer another layer of support by calming systemic inflammation that contributes to arthritis flare-ups. Take Mr. Raymond, a 69-year-old retired teacher from Minnesota, who noticed small lapses in memory and morning stiffness, so he began adding a small handful of walnuts to his oatmeal each day. Within months, he felt mentally sharper, his joints felt less achy, and his doctor even noted modest improvements in his cholesterol levels. He said it was the first time in years he felt he was truly taking control of his health, proving walnuts are not just a snack, but a daily act of protection for your brain and heart. If walnuts carry this much healing power, the next nut on our list offers something even more remarkable, especially for seniors hoping to strengthen their bones and maintain steady energy throughout the day. If you are still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you are with me. Now let us move on to point number 2, the second best nut, which is almonds. Almonds have long been a familiar presence in American kitchens, but for seniors, they carry a deeper significance rooted in steady strength, heart protection, and the quiet preservation of independence. Unlike sugary snacks or processed crackers that drain energy, almonds deliver a slow and stable fuel that doctors say is essential for older adults whose metabolism and blood sugar regulation naturally change with age. What makes almonds especially valuable is their rich supply of vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that neurologists associate with sharper memory, healthier nerves, and reduced cognitive decline. For many seniors worried about forgetfulness or mental fog, this single nutrient can make a meaningful difference. Cardiologists often recommend almonds because they help maintain healthy cholesterol levels, as their monounsaturated fats work gently to lower LDL while supporting HDL, the good cholesterol that protects aging arteries. Their fiber content helps stabilize blood sugar, an important factor for the millions of Americans over 60 who live with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. Almonds also contain magnesium, a mineral that supports bone strength and helps ease nighttime muscle cramps, a complaint many seniors quietly struggle with. Consider the story of Mrs. Patricia, a 66-year-old grandmother from Wisconsin who used to start her mornings with a pastry and coffee, only to feel shaky and exhausted hours later. After advice from her doctor, she replaced the pastry with a small handful of raw almonds and a piece of fruit, and within weeks, her afternoon fatigue eased. Her blood sugar stabilized, and she even noticed fewer memory lapses during conversations with her grandchildren. Almonds became a simple habit that helped her feel steadier, more grounded, and in control of her health. Almonds offer strength, clarity, and balance in a single handful, yet as powerful as they are, the next nut on our list brings a different kind of protection, one that supports not only the heart, but also the body's inner defense against aging itself. The third best nut is pecans. Pecans may remind many seniors of holiday pies, Southern family gatherings, or the warmth of fall afternoons, but beneath that nostalgia lies a nut that offers remarkable protection for aging bodies. Among all commonly eaten nuts in the United States, pecans rank at the top for antioxidant strength. Doctors who specialize in geriatric health often explain that antioxidants act like a shield, slowing the cellular rusting process that accelerates aging, weakens immunity, and fuels chronic inflammation. For seniors already battling stiff joints, heart concerns, or low energy, pecans provide a gentle yet powerful layer of defense. Unlike heavily processed snacks that spike blood sugar, pecans offer a steady source of healthy fats and fiber that support stable energy throughout the day. Cardiologists frequently highlight how these fats help reduce LDL cholesterol, ease artery stiffness, and improve overall heart function, benefits that are especially valuable for adults over 60 who face higher risks of heart disease simply due to age. Pecans also contain magnesium and zinc, two minerals that play essential roles in immune response, wound healing, and maintaining strong, resilient tissues. Take the story of Mr. Curtis, a 71-year-old retiree from Georgia, who used to struggle with afternoon fatigue and sore knees that made gardening difficult. At his doctor's suggestion, he replaced his usual cookie snack with a small handful of unsalted pecans, and within a few months, he felt more energized. His joint discomfort eased, and his cholesterol numbers showed noticeable improvement, leading him to say it was not just his body that felt better, but his confidence too. He knew he was finally fueling himself with something that supported his longevity instead of working against it, proving pecans offer nourishment that feels comforting, familiar, and deeply American. While pecans help strengthen the heart and calm inflammation, the next nut provides something even more unique, an everyday boost that can support your eyes, circulation, and mental clarity all at once. The fourth best nut is pistachios. Pistachios may look small and unassuming, but for seniors, they are one of the most complete and reliable nuts you can add to your daily routine. Doctors who work closely with older adults frequently highlight pistachios because they offer a rare combination of heart protection, eye support, steady energy, and improved circulation, all in a portion that is easy to chew. They are easy to digest and gentle on aging systems, unlike many nuts that are heavy or overly rich. Pistachios provide balanced nutrition, including plant protein, healthy fats, fiber, and essential vitamins that help stabilize blood sugar and keep energy levels even throughout the day. For seniors who struggle with mid-afternoon crashes, pistachios can feel like a quiet lifeline. What truly sets pistachios apart is their unique blend of lutein and zeaxanthin, two antioxidants that ophthalmologists strongly associate with better vision and a reduced risk of macular degeneration. As eyesight naturally declines with age, these nutrients act like internal defenders, helping protect the eyes from damage caused by light and oxidative stress. Pistachios also contain potassium, magnesium, and compounds that improve blood vessel function, allowing better circulation to the heart, brain, and extremities. Cardiologists often recommend them as part of a heart-conscious diet, especially for older adults with concerns about blood pressure or sluggish circulation. Take Mrs. Diane, a 73-year-old former librarian from Indiana, who used to rely on pretzels and crackers for quick snacks, but found they left her tired and bloated. After switching to a daily handful of pistachios, she noticed fewer dizzy spells, improved focus while reading, and a surprising lift in her overall mood. Her doctor later pointed out that her improved circulation and stabilized blood sugar were likely playing a major role, proving pistachios are not just a snack, but a daily investment in clarity, strength, and independence. Now that you have discovered the best and worst nuts for healthy aging, there is one final truth that ties everything together, something every senior should remember before choosing their next meal. This brings us to the final summary regarding the small choices that shape a longer and stronger life. As we reach our 60s, 70s, and beyond, maintaining good health is no longer about grand gestures or complicated routines, but about the quiet, everyday decisions that build up over time. It is especially about the foods we choose to put into our bodies, for while nuts may seem like a small detail in the larger picture of aging, as you have seen, the wrong ones can provoke inflammation, strain the heart, cloud the mind, and weaken the very systems we depend on. Salted cashews, sugar-coated macadamias, excessive Brazil nuts, and processed peanuts often slip into our diets unnoticed. Yet, they carry risks that grow heavier with age. But the right nuts, which are walnuts, almonds, pecans, and pistachios can do the opposite by protecting memory, supporting the heart, strengthening bones, easing inflammation, and nourishing the body in ways that help older adults stay sharp, steady, and independent. These nuts work quietly, day after day, building resilience from the inside out. Think of it this way: every handful is a choice toward clarity instead of confusion, strength instead of fatigue, and vitality instead of decline. The seniors who thrive are not the ones who make perfect choices every time, but the ones who understand that even small shifts can create powerful change. As you look ahead, let this be your encouragement that your best years are not behind you. With knowledge, intention, and the right habits, you have the power to shape the quality of your life one simple snack at a time. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I would love to hear from you, so take a moment to reflect and share one thing you have learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let us support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1, but if not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.